Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League. We're in Week 11, and as you can see, the standings are as tight as ever, fighting for those top two playoff spots. It's going to get exciting today. We have three doubleheaders, which amounts to 4 total matches. And there's some big ones today, including the very last regular season match where the Slashers will be controlled by me. Next week's game, I will only be controlled by the computer, so this is kind of my senior day or farewell or whatever that's guaranteed in the regular season. Obviously, if I get a higher seed, then maybe I could control myself again next week. But not next week, when the playoffs start, but we'll see. So anyway, I'll be right back with our first matchups of the day, and there's some doozy of a matchups today, so I hope you all enjoy. But before I start, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. And let's get started. All right, here we are, first matchup of the day. The West Virginia Slashers playing their first of their doubleheader. And My Little Ponyta playing their only match of the day. This is a big one, considering both teams are essentially tied for second right now. Tiebreaker being the only thing separating the two. So, big match here. All right, let's see. Lantern is good against Houndour and Staryu. It would be an okay matchup against Jinx if we have to go that route. It could maybe beat Golem with Hydro Pump. I don't want to risk it because of Magnitude being super effective. Like Starmie would be my preferred matchup against Golem if I get my choice. Jinx is going to be the hard one to get around this game. Muck could be a problem if it lands Dynamic Punch more than once. Haunter we could beat with Dodrio. Houndour could get beat by Lantern or Starmie. Staryu could get beat by Lantern or Starmie. So Jinx is going to be the tough one because we don't have anything that's really that great against it. And I think it I'm pretty sure it outspeeds Diglett. So we won't even really get a shot to throw up Fissure against it. Good news is no flying enemies because Levitate didn't exist yet for Haunter. So Fissure is in play for anything that Diglett can outspeed. The negative is Diglett's not going to outspeed about half that team. So I guess Diglett is our desperation play for Golem if Starmie and Lantern are gone. And then we already know Diglett can take out Houndour with just a normal Earthquake. So, gonna be interesting to see how this goes. Also, if you hear any background noise, my cat is actually kind of getting on my nerves here. He's knocking things over, as cats tend to do. I don't know why he's doing it, though. So, yeah. So if you hear something fall randomly in the background, that's my cat Bronzer, doing his thing. So anyway, I think I'm going to lead with Lantern, because the Pokemon I don't want to see, like, if they put Haunter in, we put Dodrio in, because it can't hit us with the Ghost moves, and Giga Drain wouldn't hurt much. If they lead with Muck, same thing, we could switch to Crobat and make its Dynamic Punch didn't hurt us much. Or even Sludge. If they end up going with Golem, we switch to Dodrio to start. And then maybe use that chance to switch into Starmie. We'll see. You get the ideas. I think that Lantern is the way to go. And depending on how everything else goes, we'll figure it out from there. Really nervous about this matchup because my only defense for Jinx is that maybe Steelix will land Iron Tail on the first try, and maybe Lantern won't get frozen. So Jinx is going to be a problem for us. Other than that, we at least on paper have things that can win. But again, that's on paper. Alright, they're going to start with Muck. So we're going to switch to Crobat. Because whether it's Dynamic Punch or Sludge, it won't hurt Crobat as much as it would hurt Lantern. Dynamic punch number 1. 0 for 1. Alright, I would imagine that they're going to switch to Golem. So I'm actually going to try and Supersonic. They didn't switch. Okay, interesting development. Does Supersonic land anyway? Nope. 55% accurate move. That's going to happen sometimes. Oh, you're going to Acid Armor me, huh? Well, guess what? I have Bite, and that's a special move back then. We can flinch you into Oblivion instead of using Fly. Although I forgot Muck does have a pretty high special defense. We got a flinch there, though. Alright, so that's going to take forever. This is a tough one, because if it goes Dynamic Punch, Steelix is in trouble. If it goes Sludge, Diglett's in trouble. If it goes Acid Armor again, we could switch Diglett in for free and then try to go for Fissure. I think we stay one more turn and see if it goes for Acid Armor again. I'm going to Supersonic again. Now I would feel safer about a Diglett switch, maybe. Alright, it did go Acid Armor again.
It increased its defense.
Alright, let's get Diglett in there and hope it Acid Armors again. Then we can go for Fissure. Actually, it'd be great if it hit itself in Confusion here so that it feels like it has to Acid Armor again. Because Earthquake's not going to do anything with all the Acid Armor up. We're going to have to go for Fissure here. Of course it goes for Dynamic Punch, and of course it lands it. Why wouldn't it have? Okay. It made no sense to go Dynamic Punch there, but alright. I'm actually more impressed that Diglett survived. So we at least have the chance to Fissure again in the future. I know with my luck the game was going to have me confused there, so that's why I didn't go for it. On the bright side, that's already 2 Dynamic Punches at least gone. Supersonic again. We're 0 for 2. Maybe we get it this time. Thank you, game. Now between Bite and that, maybe we can get some work done. Of course it fought through it anyway. The only positive is at least it won't poison us, because we are poisoned. Alright, is it now going to be Golem now that I've crippled Diglett? Okay. Interesting choice. Why? Why Houndour? That's a very odd choice to me. You know what? We're just going to stay in and hit it hard. And if they switch again, then we get a free hit on something next turn. Do they switch to Golem to take the fly, or do they leave Houndour in? That's okay if it's Golem, like, it's going to rock throw. I don't think the game knows what it's doing yet. It hasn't made up its mind. You're definitely going to go for rock throw.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Yeah, this is where things get kind of tough here. Hydro Pump will do more damage, but isn't guaranteed, plus magnitudes of threat. I think we go Starmie here, hope that Rock Throw either misses, because it does have a 5% chance of missing in current games. I think in this one it might be 10. Or if it doesn't miss, just hope it doesn't destroy us.
What'll it do? A light pass.
All right, good. I was worried it was going to do at least half.
How will this Pokemon
Because even if they put Staryu in here, it's going to take some decent damage from the waterfall.
prepare for battle?
It's like whatever is coming in is going to get hit. I'd love for it to be something like Jinx so we could get some damage on it. And I kind of called that. All right, how much are we doing here? Okay, that wasn't awful. The question now is Thunder versus Zap Cannon. Do I want to take a chance? I guess I have to. So we're going to be relying on Zap Cannon here. 50-50 chance.
Whoa, that no, that didn't connect.
All right. I want to point out they're 1 for 2 on Dynamic Punch so far.
Oh, that's a miss.
All right, they missed a Thunder.
These Pokemon
So they're 1 for 3 and we're 0 for 1.
plenty of
Although I guess Supersonic counts as almost a 50% accurate move.
oh my!
So we're like 1 for 5 overall.
A furious
They're 1 for 3, 1 for 4.
It hung on by the skin of its teeth.
All right, the announcer kind of ruined that one by telling us what was going to happen, but all right. Come on, third attempt.
Fire.
We just need you to hit 1.
Super effective.
Thank you. Sheesh.
Relax.
Staryu goes down. Starmie with a knockout, first knockout of the game.
Pokemon will appear next.
Although we have like no health left.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. The foe is weak.
All right, switch back to Crobat. Starmie, since it is fast, we might be able to use it against, say, Golem later.
This Pokemon is switching out.
Actually, I wonder who's faster out of Jinx and Starmie. I would imagine it's Jinx, but I'm not sure.
It's not very effective. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
What the? Okay, let's see. So Jinx and Starmie. Sorry everybody, I know this is real riveting gameplay here.
They're eyeing
Starmie. Where is it? There we go. Starmie's 276, Jinx is 244. So actually it does outspeed the Jinx. Something interesting to note there. Alright, gonna try Supersonic once again on whatever comes in. Hopefully it works, because that'd be nice. It's most likely gonna be Golem or Houndour.
The Pokeball opens.
Right. I'm not dumb enough to try and put Starmie in with its little bit of health here.
What now? It's become confused.
Alright, that helps a little, hopefully.
Pokemon switch effect.
It's gonna be Rock Throw. I don't really want to put Steelix in against that. I guess we do still have Dodrio for speed. This might be a situation where it's better to go Fly, because then we're guaranteed it's gonna miss us one turn. I'm going to go Bite and hope that between Confusion and Flinch we get something to work our way.
What next? That did little damage.
Alright, that did about what I thought it would do.
Oh,
We got the Flinch.
a hot battle is unfolding. What's this? Oh, a blow to
Critical hit. Come on, hit yourself. Yes!
the confused.
Alright, alright. Does about 30 when it hits itself.
Competitor.
Bite one more time and then we'll chicken out and go Fly if we're still alive at that point.
How's that? That was a glancing.
Come on, one more time in Confusion.
It's confused.
Ah, we only needed it to hit itself one more time.
That had to hurt.
Oh, Crobat survives it!
They're both hanging tough.
Alright, if we get a Flinch here, Crobat can take out the Golem. Or if we get a critical hit.
A light hit.
Come on, Flinch again. Darn it.
Rock throw.
Good work, though, Crobat.
That's a hit.
You fared better than I thought you were going to fare in that matchup.
So, what will be the next?
All right, surely they're going to take the Golem out, right? If not, this is the easiest knockout ever for Starmie.
From its Pokeball. Oh, it's low on HP. Both Pokemon showed signs of fatigue.
All right, Starmie gets an easy knockout.
Waterfall attack.
Then again, I think unlike Starmie, Golem's slow, so the game may have figured it was going down regardless of who it came in against. Probably should have gone Diglett there to keep Starmie in the back pocket.
Pokemon needs to be prepared. This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. The
All right, we definitely don't want
an opportunity.
to be against you right now.
Different types are squaring off in battle.
I really doubt it's going to go Dynamic Punch with Starmie being at 9 health. Like, you gotta think that this thing is gonna go for Sludge here, right? I can't imagine why the game would go for Dynamic Punch when there's 9 health left.
Oh, it's stealing.
Okay.
What's this? That had no effect. How will this Pokemon switch
All right, if we can get one Mud Slap off, then we can go for Sandstorm. Fine with me, because we're going to be Sandstorming you. You can Acid Armor all you want.
raised its defense?
We're going for Accuracy Drop and for Sandstorm.
How's that? Withstood that.
All right, there's the Accuracy Drop.
Accuracy is down. They're both hanging tough.
You only have 3 of your Dynamic Punches left, because you used some earlier.
There's the attack. No.
There's a miss there, that helps.
Sandstorm has started blowing.
The Sandstorm's going to do the same amount of damage whether you up your defense or not.
Hot battle continues.
Mud Slap will continue to lower your accuracy.
What's next?
Alright, that one hurt. Of course it was a critical hit. Of course the game had to dish that out.
It's utterly confused.
Alright, we still have the Sandstorm going for us. We still have the accuracy drop.
Storm hurt.
There's only one more Dynamic Punch anyway. If it's not a critical hit, maybe we survive. I don't know.
What now? Oh,
Alright, it was a dud.
it stayed.
We hit ourselves again, because of course we did.
Sandstorm ripped and
Yeah, honestly, if we could even get Muck low enough that Diglett could do something to it, like, I'd feel a lot better. Alright, it's Acid Armoring again, because it knows it can't do anything at this point.
It increased its defense.
The only thing is, while I have 5 Pokemon remaining, 3 of mine have taken heavy damage now.
What'll it do?
Like, we're gonna basically be relying on the tag team of Starmie and Lantern to try and take out Jinx. Because Steelix doesn't have enough health anymore. I think an Ice Punch would take us out.
It's a fierce battle. They go into battle pose.
Disable, okay.
Oh,
That's a random move if it hits in this gen.
Disable works. Disable has done
Alright, that's fine. We still have the Sandstorm
finally quiet.
starting next turn.
Since the raging sandstorm has died down, the visibility has improved down on the field. It raised its
Come on,
defense.
Steelix. There we go.
Sandstorm has started blowing. The sandstorm rips and tears. The heated action continues.
I wish we had a way to heal, like, rest or something. Alright, they're gonna switch. I picked Rock Throw.
Switching out.
So if it's Jinx or Houndour, it'll be super effective.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its
Alright.
Pokemon.
Assuming we don't miss it, there is a 5% chance.
That struck home.
Alright. Diglett could definitely finish that off now.
Scouring sandstorm burst. What impact will
Alright,
have on the battle?
you're gonna go Flamethrower. I don't really want Lantern taking extra damage, though. I guess we let Steelix go down, because Diglett can outspeed both Muck and the Houndour. I think that's what we got to do, unfortunately.
They're eyeing each other warily. Ooh, flamethrower! That's it! Oh, it has no strength left.
All right, Steelix goes down.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
It's a sandstorm going on right now still, so it also makes sense to go with Diglett instead of Starmie.
This Pokemon is back for another go. The sandstorm rips and tears. Pokemon of different types are squaring off in battle.
All right, Diglett's going to get a free knockout.
Earthquake. Right, that's a hit. Oh, and down it goes.
All right, come on, send Muck in. I would love you so much, game, if you sent Muck in right now.
Oh, it's Jinx.
Yeah, kind of figured. At least the sandstorm's going to chip away at Jinx a little bit here.
Flash of different
All right, if we somehow get to attack, we're going Fissure.
prepare for battle.
Oh my gosh, we're first. How great would it be if we hit this?
Fine, Fissure. No, that didn't connect.
That figures, but it was worth the shot.
There, confusion. That's it.
All right. Yeah, I don't think Earthquake would have taken it out, so Fissure was our one shot there at Diglett getting it.
Go.
All right, but we got some damage on it. That's good. I guess we're going to go Lantern first, because I'm not sure how the Sandstorm will work in this gen. I don't want Starmie to die before it has a chance to attack.
Sandstorm finally quiet.
Oh, that worked out anyway then, but
The
still.
white-hot battle continues.
I'm going to go Spark. Chance to paralyze and slow it down. That would open the door for Dodrio.
That Pokemon
That's fine for me. That's fine with me. I was wanting to use Lantern against Jinx. We get a free attack. No paralysis, though. Of course, the game didn't want to grant me that.
It's a fierce battle.
Hydro Pump this time, since we saw that Spark didn't do much.
What's this? That did little damage.
I'm actually kind of glad to see Confusion. I was worried he was going to try to freeze me with Ice Punch.
Vicious attack. Nailed the weak spot.
Oh my gosh, we got a critical hit with Hydro Pump and took Jinx down easily as a result. All right, Haunter's going to be next, I would assume.
The next
So we'll switch Dodrio in.
Oh, it's Haunter.
Because we do not want to take a Giga Drain from that thing.
Continues.
It really doesn't have a whole lot it can do to Dodrio. Because Giga Drain's ineffective and its ghost moves don't work on us. Like Shadow Ball.
Oh, it's Dodrio. There's the attack. Oh, that was weak.
38. You got me with 38 there. I'm going to go Pursuit this first turn in case it tries to switch. It didn't switch. Okay, we'll go Fly next turn.
What will it do? Ah, that attack just bounced off. How's that?
It's Giga Draining again because it can't do anything else. That's 2, by the way, so only 3 more Giga Drain.
Pokemon are equal.
All right, let's fly.
There's plenty of fight left in both of them.
Oh, we have a Speed Tie. Interesting.
Did little damage.
The game had to give it a critical hit the turn that it went first. But that is interesting because it means now we might actually get lucky a couple times and have a couple flies where we don't get hit. Yeah, like, see, it went first this time. That's its 4th Giga Drain. It only has 1 more. But, like, now if we go first next time, we could completely avoid getting hit here.
The attack. Hit. That was good.
That was a really good hit. I like that. Fly again. Go first, me. Yes! That's what I was talking about with that Speed Tie. Oh, that's funny. Now it's out of Giga Drain. Will it switch now that it doesn't have Giga Drain? Is Muck going to be the one that gets hit by Fly?
Needed action continues.
Nope, it's going to stay in. Okay. And it got to go first, so that's not going to affect us.
That missed too.
All right, let's go, Dodrio. Take out the Haunter.
Aerial attack.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, and down it goes.
All right. I like what I see.
Pokemon left to come out.
We have a 3-on-1, but
This
2 of
Pokemon
my 3 are hurt. Of course, their last one's hurt as well.
is the last Pokemon.
All right, Muck, try attack.
Right. That's
Oh my gosh, we did it. We won.
the last Pokemon goes down.
It's a 3-0 victory
The battle.
for the West Virginia Slashers, who are now tied for first in the win column. We're not tied for first in the loss column, but we are now tied for first in the win column. Depending on what other events happen today, who knows? So I win my last game of the season where I'm in charge of my own team. That's kind of neat. Now we get to see if my team goes on a 2-game losing streak or not with the computer at the helm. But hey, a win for the West Virginia Slashers. I debated so much on if I was going to bring Diglett to that game. And Diglett did something again, so it was worth bringing. Steelix and Crobat technically didn't get credit for knockouts, but they did a lot of work. Crobat did a lot of work on getting Golem out of the way. Steelix did a lot of work on Muck. And then we got... The game finally dished out some critical hits in my favor this week, and we got Jinx out of the way as a result. I thought for sure the game would just freeze me or something. But nonetheless, the Slashers get a win. And now we'll move on to the second game of the day. All right, we're back with our second matchup of the day. We've got the Pokemon Power and the West Virginia Slashers playing their second part of their doubleheader. This is going to be another interesting matchup because of what's occurred in the first game today. With the Ponyta losing, the Power have a chance to jump up in the standings, both with a win and with a Slashers loss. They could even move up higher if they were to win both games today. So, what have we got to work with here? I know Moltres, when I was planning out my Slashers, was a problem I saw immediately when I made this team, and I was hoping it didn't get brought. It got brought. So, with that being said, I think we start Moltres, and then depending on if Ampharos or Quillfish ends up starting instead, we switch out.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
All right, what did the computer pick from my Slashers here? All right, looking at that lineup, I probably would have started Quillfish personally, but Ampharos is a good start anyway. We're gonna go with Electabuzz because it's electric versus electric there.
Oh, an abrupt Pokemon switch.
I feel like Ampharos, when you pick it up in this game, is always better to have on the computer side,
Electabuzz.
since it relies on luck-based moves like Dynamic Punch and Zap Cannon.
Here's the first
I feel like the computer hits more of those than I do.
no weak spot.
For example, going 1 for 1 on Zap Cannon.
How will this newly
Go
switched
figure.
Pokemon fare?
It might beat me again with our Zap Cannon. Let's go Light Screen. Oh, Dynamic Punch.
Hit. That inflicted some damage.
2 for 2 on 50% moves. Just throwing that out there. They'll probably use Swift this turn.
Special attack. There's a big HP difference between the two.
Well, I didn't really want Electabuzz going down this early. Oh my gosh, you're switching. Who are you switching to? Oh, Steelix probably.
Oh, it's stealing.
Well, this sucks because with Electabuzz,
Aha! It's confused no more.
with Electabuzz being paralyzed,
What impact will this Pokemon?
I think Ampharos is the only one it can even potentially fight against now. Steelix is most definitely going to go for Mud Slap or Rock Throw. I'm going to go Ursaring because Ursaring has Fire Punch and Dig.
The
Dig probably not the best idea because of Scyther and Crobat,
Oh, it's Ursa Ring.
but we do have it at our disposal if we need it later on.
What now? The hit glanced right off.
Alright, Ursaring took that one like a champ.
How will this Pokemon switch to
Fire
the
Punch.
flow of battle?
The only thing that will resist Fire Punch, actually Fire Punch is a great,
That hurt. Perfect.
wow, critical hit. Okay, my recording messed up a little bit there, that's why I paused. Good old Elgato there. Sandstorm's going. Great Fire Punch with the crit and everything, but even without the crit, Quillfish is like the only thing that won't struggle against this Pokemon. Like, Fire Punch hits everything pretty hard except for... it hits Crobat neutrally. Same with Ampharos. And Dig hurts Ampharos a lot, so, like... yeah. Fire Punch again. Alright, Steelix is dead. Alright. Well, the critical hit somewhat makes up for the bad luck it dealt Electabuzz. I would say if we get a second critical hit, that it's even at that point. Because the paralysis really hurts on Electabuzz.
Pokemon appears with a cry.
You're back, okay. Probably gonna, what, Dynamic Punch me?
Going. Sandstorm hurt.
We better hope it doesn't Dynamic Punch us, because that's gonna hurt a lot.
Scream's effect wore off. They're both hanging
Dig,
on.
and hopefully you don't get hit, punched before you go down. Uh-oh.
A furious attack. That had to hurt.
Alright, I'm going to pause the recording after this turn finishes, because my computer is really messing up the recording here. So we're going to pause the turn here. We're going to pause after this turn concludes. Alright, I'm going to... okay, well, I guess I can't pause it yet, because we're in the middle of Dig's animation. Yeah, I think my computer is having a moment.
Drilled a weakness.
Good hit on the Ampharos there with Dig.
Sandstorm ripped and tears.
The Sandstorm hurts a lot,
Sandstorm
especially with Ampharos having Swift. Alright, now I'm going to pause it for a second so I can figure out what's going on here. Alright, I don't know what that was about, because moments after I paused, my computer went back to normal. Now it's saying my computer's being used a lot, so, like the CPU, so I'm going to pause again and try to figure out what is happening here, because it's shooting up from like 14% usage to like 60. So something's going on in the background here. Hang on just a moment, everybody.
What's the matter, trainer?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I've done about the best I can. We just got to hope that the computer doesn't break itself too much. The only thing you really missed during those pauses and recordings was we did get hit by Dynamic Punch, as you can see with the 2 health. We did land Dig, and that's really about it. I'm going to dig again on the off chance it somehow doesn't Swift here. Wow, we get to go first. Nope, we're dead anyway.
What's it doing? It's out of there.
I'm confused how we went first that time. Were they also speed tied?
We're eagerly awaiting.
Like in our previous battle?
Pokemon.
Alright, Ampharos is almost dead. We're going to put Electabuzz out there. Slow electric type versus now slow electric type, and we'll see who goes first here.
Joining the battle.
Because there's no way Electabuzz is going to outspeed anything else that's left.
Sandstorm finally
So if it doesn't beat Ampharos, it doesn't have a chance.
Sandstorm has died down.
And Steelix is gone, so I know they're not going to switch into something that is immune to it.
How's that? Yes, it's a hit.
Electabuzz goes down to Swift, of all things.
Which Pokemon will join the
But it did buy us a turn, getting rid of Sandstorm and such. Let's see, it has Dynamic Punch, so we don't want Tyranitar in there. Sneasel's still alive, so if we go Kadabra, they're just going to switch to Sneasel. We're going to go, well, actually, yeah, let's go Kadabra, and we'll try to predict and go Thunder Punch.
They're ready to go.
If it does happen to be Sneasel, we'll switch into Tyranitar.
This has become a clash between different Pokemon.
Thunder Punch!
This Pokemon
Called the
is
switch.
switching out. Oh, it's Sneasel.
Called it. Was going to be Sneasel.
What now? Hit! That inflicted some damage.
Would have been nice if we would have had the paralysis. That would have tipped things back in Kadabra's favor. Instead, we're going to go with... well, even Moltres, if it breaks out Ice Punch here, that could be bad. Let's go Tyranitar. Because it's most likely going to do Slash or Beat Up. If it was me, I'd be absolutely going for Slash on Kadabra. But the game might go for Beat Up because it's super effective. Okay, it did go Slash.
That didn't accomplish much. How will this newly switched out Pokémon...
Mud Slap, whatever comes in if they switch. They didn't switch. Okay. We get one Mud Slap up to hurt its accuracy and then go Sandstorm.
There, defense stat went down. What's next? That was a glancing blow.
Alright, alright.
He is down.
We are recording, right? Yep. Wanted to check. I like how it took me this long to check, but with all the issues going on behind the scenes here, yeah. Wouldn't have been shocked if I had forgotten to hit record again.
Didn't quite work. Sandstorm has
It didn't freeze up like that at all in the first battle, so I don't know why it did that here twice.
sparks are flying from both competitors.
Alright. Mud Slap in case they switch.
What would do?
Alright, game, you continue to screech instead of just actually attacking.
How's that? The hit glanced right off.
Alright, so that was around 30. Sandstorm does another 30, so Sneasel's going down at the end of this turn if they don't switch out. Which really opens things up for Kadabra.
Whoop, that missed. What's this? That did little damage. The target is weakened further.
Alright, the Sandstorm do 36.
The sandstorm rich
It did 34.
There's a big HP.
Mud Slap again.
The two combatants. What's next? It's not very effective.
Even with 2 screeches, that's all Slash did.
Mud slap. Yes, it's a hit.
We got a critical hit, not that we needed it when they had 2 health left, but alright. Alright, evened back up at 2 gone apiece now. Losing Sneasel's big, like, its whole purpose is to stop Kadabra. Now Kadabra can run amok when it gets back in there.
Going, sandstorm hurt. It's a fierce battle.
Scyther and Crobat can't do a whole lot to Tyranitar, so we do need to keep it alive. Let's go Venusaur, because it's most likely going for Hydro Pump here.
This Pokemon is switching.
And while it can hit us neutrally with Sludge Bomb, I almost said Poison Bomb, Sludge Bomb, we can hit it neutrally as well with Giga Drain, and we can heal, it can't. Oh, I went for the Sludge Bomb, trying to poison Tyranitar, huh? Critical hit, of course. Of course.
Sandstorm finally
Of course, the game gave it a critical hit. It's probably going to let it go first, right?
Switch have on the battle.
Gee, shocker there. Okay.
Sludge bomb away. Right. That's
It does not really make a lot of sense for why it went for Sludge Bomb there, to be perfectly honest. Like, Sludge Bomb's not going to be, like, a great move against Tyranitar. That's why I assumed it was going for Hydro Pump, but alright. The good news is, though, Venusaur's going down isn't in vain, because honestly, Venusaur couldn't do anything to Scyther or Crobat. Like, it couldn't do anything to those. But we get to switch Kadabra in for free, and nothing left can really do anything against Kadabra, with exception to Crobat maybe being able to flinch it to death.
drilled out weakness.
Yep, Quillfish is gone.
Down.
And even if Crobat can somehow get around Kadabra, we still have Tyranitar and Moltres.
Appearance of the next Pokemon.
So I think this one is over now that Sneasel's out of the picture.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Thunder Punch, because Psychic won't one-shot it, but Thunder Punch is super effective and might paralyze it. Did not paralyze it, but a good hit nonetheless.
There it goes. Oh, a blow to the weak.
Critical hit! Scyther pulling off the critical hit.
The next
I mean, we still have Moltres, but just saying. Let's go Tyranitar, because except for Ampharos with Dynamic Punch and maybe Zap Cannon, again, the remaining Pokemon can't do anything to Tyranitar.
Fallen comrade.
Sandstorm first.
It's getting primed for action.
Yeah, you're going to need a lot of critical hits.
Sandstorm has started blowing. It's going. Sandstorm hurt.
All right, we're not going to do Mud Slap because that won't work. We'll go with Bite.
What's next? That didn't accomplish.
No critical hit, thus no damage.
What's this? A light pack.
And Scyther's going to go down to Sandstorm.
The Sandstorm rips and tears. Down it goes.
All right. Ampharos and Crobat left, and Ampharos has already taken damage.
What will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Crobat.
Interestingly enough, they went with Crobat instead of Ampharos here.
A hot battle is unfolding.
Bite.
Feeling supersonic. Whoop, that missed.
That's really its only chance is Supersonic.
There's
Because Leech Life back then does not do much damage really at all. If it was current day Leech Life, I would say, oh yeah, Crobat has a decent hit it can do on it, but not back then.
the close competitor. How's that? It's become confusing.
Alright, did get the confusion on us.
Oh no, it attacked itself. The Sandstorm rips and tears.
On one hand, I want to switch, but on the other hand, I don't want Moltres taking unnecessary damage in Sandstorm. Okay, they're going to fly. That's fine. That's a turn of us being okay. Yep, we're fine.
What'll it do? Oh, that's a miss. Sandstorm finally quieted.
Sandstorm's gone. The fly isn't going to hurt us really too much. I'm going to go Sandstorm again when it gets down here.
What now? Oh, that was weak.
39 damage. Of course, we hit ourselves there when we needed to get the Sandstorm off. I would imagine it's going to fly again, so I'm going to go Sandstorm again. Because we'll miss if it flies and we try to hit it with an attacking move. Yep, it's flying.
Oh, it flew high.
All right, can we break out Confusion this time?
It's
There we go.
no more. Sandstorm has started blowing. It's going. Sandstorm.
All right, Crobat hit despite being in the air. That's good to note. We're going to bite, assuming it doesn't take us out here.
What's next? That didn't accomplish much. What's
And
next?
there's the bite.
The hit glanced right off.
How much will Sandstorm do?
The Sandstorm ripped and
3 HP left.
Are both Pokemon running out of steam?
All right, Sandstorm's going to kill it while it's in the air.
It's right. No, that didn't connect. It's going. Sandstorm hurt.
All right, so Tyranitar with 3 knockouts in this one.
Just one
I'm not going to switch to
Pokemon
Moltres because we don't want to give Ampharos a free shot, so we'll leave Tyranitar in. And if it goes down, it goes down.
to reveal its Pokemon. This is the last Pokemon. The heated action continues.
Mud Slap if we get the chance.
Dynamic. Yes, it's
We did not get the chance.
Yes, it's going down.
All right, a very, very damaged Ampharos against Moltres.
Team has only one Pokemon left for battle.
We'll have to see what Moltres' other attacks here, because Fire Blast is not 100%.
It's down to the last Pokemon now. The Sandstorm
Although this is going to help.
It's going. Sandstorm hurt. It's just one-on-one now. This
Indoor, we win. We win. Indoor guarantees you don't get hit, you don't get destroyed this turn. And then Sandstorm can take out the Ampharos. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't we get hit first there? We did get hit first there. That's interesting. Shoot.
They're eyeing each other warily.
Because if we live with 1 health and then the Sandstorm kills us before it hits Ampharos, yeah. Alright, we're going to go Fire Blast then. If we miss, Ampharos has a chance to beat us. We did not miss. Moltres comes through in the clutch. And the Power win 1-0. Oh. With everything that happened, like basically losing Electabuzz early and then Venusaur not having a chance, it was a little dicey there for a minute. But the Power win. I'm 2-0 against the computer today. Congratulations, Pokemon Power, on the victory. So that's going to put the Slashers today at 8-7. Right now, My Little Ponyta 7-7. And the Pokemon Power are 7-6. So Slashers and Power are essentially tied in the standings right now. But the Power do have another game, so we'll see how that works itself out. But congratulations, Power. That was a tight one. That was a tight one. All right, I'll be right back with our third game of the day, and hopefully the computer's doing fine now. Let's hope it's like that the rest of the recording. Yeah. See you here in just a moment. Well, maybe. Now the mouse is having issues. There we go. I'll see you in a moment. All right, I'm back with our third matchup of the day. We've got the Houston Ho-Oh and the Pokemon Power. Depending on what happens with this game, especially from the Power perspective, the standings are going to be all jumbled up. I mean, they're already jumbled up, but they're going to be completely crazy depending on what happens here. All right, what have we got to work with here? I feel like the game likes to start with Electabuzz and Moltres a lot. So, as a result, we're going to start with Jolteon. And we'll go from there.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
All right, who's the game starting with? Electabuzz, I called that one. Zap Cannon. Will it hit for us? It did hit for us, and for the second battle in a row, Electabuzz is paralyzed to start.
It's better protected against special attacks.
All right.
Hot battle continues.
Double kick.
How's that? A light hit. That did little damage.
All right. Here comes Thunder Punch.
What's this? Oh, that was weak. Sparks are flying from both.
Double kick it again. We don't want to use all our Zap Cannons right now.
What now? That was a
Because we might need them against Moltres or
light pass.
Scizor. Or even Ursaring if we want to just make it extra slow.
The attack. A powerful blow.
Critical hit, of course.
The heated action continues.
Double kick again. No paralysis yet on the Electabuzz side, by the way.
A light hit. That did little damage.
Still no paralysis on the Electabuzz side.
That didn't do much.
At least it hasn't paralyzed us.
How's that? That was a glancing blow. It hung on by the skin of its teeth.
All right, come on. Be paralyzed once.
Whoa!
Oh, my gosh.
What's this? A light hit.
Well, on the bright side, we're going to take it out. And Jolteon is so fast that it'll at least get to attack something else. Alright, that saves some of our Pokemon like Zapdos and Articuno.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Venusaur.
Venusaur, huh?
One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one looks tired.
Let's go Bulbasaur.
The trainer's switching
Because we have Headbutt and Venusaur just has Tackle. Poison Powder and Toxic won't do anything to each other, and Giga Drain and Razor Leaf are not going to do anything except Tickle.
What now? It's not very
Also, Bulbasaur's a lot more disposable than the other Pokemon on our team. If something goes wrong here.
Pokemon fair.
Growth. Up our attack.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
It's going to be Moltres.
Oh, it's Moltres. It increased its special attack power. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of
Vaporeon.
This Pokemon is switching out. Oh, it's
Thought about Charizard, but
building up.
we'll need Charizard for Scizor. Going for Sky Attack. Interesting call.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
But alright. I don't know who's faster in this exchange. I'm just going to go Waterfall. I could go Acid Armor, but I don't know who's faster. I'm glad I went with Waterfall.
Great hit. There's the shot. Bullseye.
Alright, surely it's not going to go for that. Go for Sky Attack again because Waterfall beats it.
Building up power.
Alright, well, Moltres is dead.
Waterfall attack.
I'm sorry, fainted, knocked out. You know what I mean.
Oh, it collapsed.
Alright. So far, the Ho-Oh looking pretty good.
Remaining Pokemon
Of course, the Houston Ho-Oh were our champs last season, despite the rough season they've had so far. Alright, you're just going to try to Giga Drain again.
needed action continues. Here comes the Pokemon switch. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
Be funny if Bulbasaur ends up beating Venusaur here.
That didn't accomplish much.
Every year, somebody in our league picks Bulbasaur.
Pokemon failed.
Every year.
The trainers
If it's not Scizor, we can poison whatever's coming in. If it's Scizor, we switch to Charizard.
Oh, it's Scizor. It has
Alright.
up for lost ground. Ah, it raised its special attack power. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle? They're ready to go. The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
They do still have Tyranitar left, so they might be... You know, I'm just going to go Fire anyway, because maybe we burn Tyranitar, and if we burn it, that hurts it a lot.
Ah, that didn't do much. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Fire Punch. Maybe we can burn Tyranitar.
Switching out. Oh, it's Tyranitar. There's the attack. Oh, that was weak.
Didn't get the burn, but actually we did more damage than I thought we were going to do. Sure, back to Bulbasaur. Why not?
Here comes the Pokemon Switch.
Because if they don't switch to Scizor, we can get Tyranitar poisoned and whittle away at it.
Sandstorm has started blowing. It's going. Sandstorm hurt.
I'm going to attempt Toxic. If they switch, they switch.
Flow of battle.
Alright, they're switching. So yes, they are determined to have Scizor in against Bulbasaur. So until Tyranitar and Scizor are... Until Scizor's gone, we're going to have to switch in Charizard.
Nasty toxic.
Oh, man.
No damage at all. Sandstorm rips and tears. What impact will this Pokemon Switch have on the battle? The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. What now? It's not very effective.
Alright, alright.
Going. Sandstorm hurt. How will this newly switched out Pokemon...
Fire Punch again and hope for a burn.
This Pokemon is switching out.
And next time we have this go around in musical chairs, I'll switch to Vaporeon or something.
Emerges from its Pokeball. How's that? That didn't accomplish much. The Sandstorm rips and tears. How will this Pokemon Switch affect the flow of battle?
Let's go Vaporeon. Maybe we can bait the Venusaur out into the Sandstorm.
Pokemon Switch. The Pokemon appears with a cry. What'll it do? That did little damage. Sandstorm finally quieted.
I would imagine it's going to stay in to get the Sandstorm
Tab on the battle.
up, so let's go Waterfall. Yep.
Vicious attack. That had to hurt. It hung on by the skin of its teeth.
Oh, okay.
What next? The hit glanced right off.
Do we have Quick Attack?
Both combatants appeared.
We do have Quick Attack. I think we beat the Tyranitar here.
There, quick attack.
And we're faster anyway. I probably should have gone with Waterfall, but oh well.
Down it goes. There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side. The Pokeball opens to reveal its
Alright, Venusaur's back for more.
one Pokemon is still capable of going on, but the other one looks tired.
Let's go Bulbasaur again. And we'll try to call the switch to Scizor and get Charizard in there.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. What now? That was a glancing blow. How will this newly...
I wasn't paying attention, but judging by the damage, that must have been a critical hit, I'm guessing. Alright, let's get Charizard in there.
That Pokemon must not have been the right choice.
Even if it does Giga Drain again, we're fire and flying. It's not going to hurt too much.
Pokeball.
Alright, called the switch.
Also changing Pokemon.
Wait, so Bulbasaur was faster? That's funny.
This Pokemon is back.
Alright, Scizor. I don't care if it's Ursaring getting burned, or a super effective hit on you, or a super effective hit on Venusaur. Somebody's taking a fire punch to the face here.
There, Fire Punch. A powerful blow.
And Scizor's gone, because it's allergic to fire.
There's
Be funny if it was Venusaur next.
Oh, it's Ursaring.
I was gonna say, what are you doing if it's not Ursaring here?
Fallen comrade? This is a class
So
Pokemon type.
you got Fire Punch, Snore, Rest, and Dig. So it's gonna come out with Fire Punch. So I guess actually we just hang in there for a little bit.
What's that? Hit! That was good. What'll it do? Oh, that was weak.
27 damage. All right.
Action continues. There's the attack. Hit! That inflicted
Got the burn. Oh, it picked Rest this turn and survived. Well, now it's got the ability to Snore.
battle is unfolding.
But Snore isn't going to hurt as much. Let's go Zapdos.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
Having Zapdos in might also bait Venusaur back in.
Oh, it's that guy. It's fast asleep and can't be moved. What now? A light hit. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Thunder.
A furious
If we land like 2 or 3 of these, we could win.
yes, it's a hit.
Well, win. We could beat Ursaring.
Wake up. What's this? That did little damage. They're both hanging.
All right, let's go. Thunder number 2.
Here it comes. Thunder. Oh, that's a miss. It
That's
goes
a no
up.
on that. That's going to rest again, isn't it?
Oh, a quick
All right, so it comes down to can we land 2 Thunders in a row?
It's a fierce battle.
Thunder number 3.
Great hit.
2 for 3 so far.
Ah, it can't move. How's that? A light pack. Sparks are flying from both
Thunder number 4.
A sharp attack. Whoop, that missed.
Nope. 2 for 4 so far.
Susie. There's the attack. The hit glanced right off.
All right, Zapdos, I think you're only going to get one more shot at Thunder here, buddy. Thunder number 5.
There's the attack. That's it.
And Ursaring goes down.
It has no strength left. Just one Pokemon remains.
We might actually get our second sweep of the season.
Pokemon appears with a cry. It's down to the last Pokemon now. There's a
All right, Articuno, make your first appearance of the match.
this Pokemon is
I was going to use Charizard, but Articuno still has full health, so yeah. We'll go Charizard if the Venusaur somehow gets by Articuno.
what now? That didn't do much. How will this newly switched
Blizzard.
Pokemon fare? It's poison powder. Oh, it's been poisoned. Vicious attack. Ow, a heavy hit.
Critical hit, I think that's going to do it. Yep. And a sweep for the Houston Ho-Oh.
And there goes the battle.
Our second sweep of the season. Not bad, Ho-Oh. Not bad. Power actually picked a pretty good lineup. Just some better luck, like critical hits and such went the Ho-Oh way. The Houston Ho-Oh getting a win to also make the standings very interesting. So the Power now at 7-7. The Ponyta at 7-7. The Slashers at 8-7. Houston Ho-Oh now at 5-9. We have one more match, and if the Ho-Oh win, things are going to be completely out of control in the standings. Wow. Okay, well, we got one more match, and I'll be right back with that here in just a moment. All right, everybody. I've got an announcement here. No, this is not a drill. This is not some late April Fool's prank. Alakazam making an appearance today for Nightmare After Christmas against the Houston Ho-Oh. I also have specific instructions to lead Alakazam. So Alakazam will be playing in this matchup today. The wait is over. Let's see if it was worth the wait. This is a big game for the rest of us. Houston Ho-Oh, not as much, although they could technically take the, get out of the play-in game and get, the 3 seed if they want out. So they still have something to play for. Nightmare AC just trying to hang on to first place in this chaotic season. All right, let's see. Well, I think we switched to Tentacruel here. But it is official now. Alakazam has played. Oh, they're going to switch too. Okay. I don't know why. We don't have an electric move or anything. Okay. Well, that still works, actually. We would have had to switch Alakazam out anyway, because we just have Psybeam and Thief. Only difference is I probably would have picked Machamp instead of Tentacruel, but, honestly, this still works, because we have Magneton on the team. Sludge Bomb.
What's this? A light pack.
No poison. Was really hoping for poison. That's fine. Lock us in there. That's who we wanted in against you anyway.
Can't make a getaway now. The white hot
I wasn't planning on it.
What's that? The hit glanced right
Still no poison. Thanks, game. All right, 30% chance every time we use that move, and we're 0 for 2. On the poison part, that is. Of course, we're 2 for 2 on hitting it. All right, well, you know what? We're still going to go with Sludge Bomb. And that mean looks only active while Umbreon's on the field. Once we get Umbreon out of here, it won't matter if our accuracy's low or not. Because then we can just switch out and reset it. I'll go down until we have 4 Sludge Bomb, 3 or 4, and then we'll just go with Bubble Beam at that point. Hey, there's that poison. We don't even need to land another Sludge Bomb now. Boy, you really want to make sure our accuracy is low, huh? All right, well, we don't even really have to hit it, because if we miss, it'll just take 2 turns for poison. You're going to switch? All of that, and you're going to... Okay. But now that you're not in there, we don't have to stay in. So I don't understand what the point was there. And yet, and we wanted Tentacruel in against you to begin with anyway. Alright, so our accuracy is low, but we do have 6 Sludge Bomb left. I'm going to take 1 or 2 turns here to try and hit the Suicune. And if we miss both, I'll switch. We hit it. We did not get the poison, but we did hit it.
It enshrouded itself in mist. They're both hanging tough.
Because the only thing it's going to be able to do to us is either Bubble Beam us, which won't hurt us much, or Gust, which is a weak attack. So, alright, since we went 1 for 2, I'll give it 1 more Sludge Bomb. Yeah, like I said, I'm not worried, so we'll give it 1 more Sludge Bomb. Alright, we'll switch out to reset the accuracy. Doesn't matter, we're going to switch. Let's go Snorlax. Snorlax is pretty good when it comes to special defense. They don't really have anything great for dealing with Snorlax on the other team. So we should be able to switch back to Tentacruel without too much issue here.
What's this? That did little damage. How will this newly switched out Pokemon...
Alright, Tentacruel's back in, better than ever.
Switching Pokemon. That Pokemon must not have been the right choice. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. What's next? That didn't do much.
28 damage. Sludge Bomb, and we've got full accuracy again.
What would do? A light hit.
No poison, but a good hit.
There's the attack. Oh, that was weak. The white hot battle continues.
Sludge Bomb again.
How's that? Oh, it's been...
There we go.
What now? The hit
We'll hang on to that last Sludge Bomb for Bayleaf. Although we do have a couple other Pokemon that could deal with Bayleaf. Wrap!
What's this? A light hit.
Poison and Wrap gonna be hitting it now.
What's next? That didn't accomplish much. Ow! Additional damage.
There's the Poison. There's the Wrap.
A hot battle is unfolding.
Wrap it again. Bubble Beam probably would have been a better choice, but oh well.
What will it do? Whoops! That missed.
Yep, that's why Bubble Beam would have been a better choice, but oh well. Poison will take it out this turn, so we're okay.
A light sack. Additional damage in an already difficult situation. Yes, it's going down.
Suicune goes down. Tentacruel with a knockout.
Which Pokemon will join the battle now?
I would imagine it's Espeon or Raikou. Nothing else makes sense. There you go. Well, we don't have a ground type to resist this, so Magneton's our next best shot.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. Oh, it's Magneton. How's that?
Don't paralyze us first turn, please.
Not very effective.
Okay. Now at least it's an even
This Pokemon
fight.
have on the battle.
Thunder Wave, since back then you could paralyze electric types.
What now? Oh, that was weak. It used Thunder Wave. It's ripped by paralysis.
Alright, now we just thunder it into oblivion.
The heated action continues. What's this? No, that didn't connect.
Oh for 1.
What's next? A powerful one.
It got a critical hit. Of course it did.
The white hot battle continues. What will it do? That didn't accomplish much.
There we go. We at least hit it once. Another spark, huh?
Yes, it's a hit.
Paralysis didn't do a whole lot for us there.
Go.
Raikou is going to be the tough one, but if we can get around Raikou, I like our odds against the rest of the team. Raikou, I don't believe has great physical defense, so let's go Snorlax.
This Pokemon
And
is
Snorlax is so slow already, who cares if it gets paralyzed?
showing signs of
We'll do one curse and then go for headbutt. Oh my gosh, we were faster going into that turn.
it's
Alright, that works.
these Pokemon are
Headbutt.
there's plenty of fight left.
We're still faster. Alright.
There's the attack. Great hit. Nope. It
Another.
failed
Oh,
to
it flinched. We got Paraflinch going for us. Okay.
difference between the two combatants.
Judging by what's left, I'm going to try to sneak in one more curse here so we could maybe one-shot everything remaining. Especially if the game's going to be going for quick attack. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go for it one more time. Go for 2.5 times our attack. I don't care. We're already slow as dirt. Okay, we're gonna hit like a freight train whenever we hit now. Headbutt. Bye, Raikou.
What Pokemon will appear next? Oh, it's Entei.
Yeah, I know Bayleaf may survive. I'm not sure if Entei survives a headbutt or not, if we can hit it now. Interesting it didn't go for Rock Smash.
What will it do? A light attack. It's gripped by paralysis.
That figures.
They're both hanging tough.
So much attack power, and I bet it's going to land every Fire Blast, and we're just going to be paralyzed the whole time.
Whoop, that missed.
Oh my gosh, Fire Blast missed when the computer was using it. What do you know?
Here's the attack. Yes, it's a hit.
Yep, big hit by Snorlax.
Hot battle is unfolding.
So I answered that question. I guess Entei was still able to survive it.
What now? The hit clamped right off.
Come on, Snorlax, hit it again.
What's this? Hit.
All right, Entei's down.
Oh, knockout. There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each
We'll just let
side.
Snorlax go down so that our next Pokemon could switch in freely.
It has to make up for lost ground. There's a big HP difference.
Headbutt on the off chance we're somehow still alive. Yeah, I didn't see it happening either. All right, Bayleaf takes out Snorlax.
Oh, it has no strength left.
Good job, though, Snorlax.
Leo will bring out a new
All right,
Pokemon.
Tentacruel. We got that one last Sludge Bomb in us.
Back for another go. This has become a clash between different Pokemon types. There's the attack. That had to hurt.
Got the poison on the last Sludge Bomb. That's big.
What will it do? Right. That's a hit.
Critical hit from the Bayleaf.
Relax. So, what will be the next Pokemon?
Skarmory's turn.
Oh, it's Starmie.
Nothing remaining can hit Skarmory, like, well at all, so,
It's a fierce battle.
Skarmory may be able to just win the game from this point forward here. I'm going with agility so we can outspeed Espeon.
It increased its agility.
That's fine with me. You're not going to get all back because of the poison.
Its HP. The heated action continues.
Steel Wing, see if we can build up our stats here.
A light pack. It shrouded itself with
A
safety.
little late for Safeguard when you're already poisoned.
Sparks are flying from both.
Steel Wing again.
It used Steel Wing. Yes, it's a hit.
I don't think we needed the critical hit there, but we got it anyway. Espeon and Umbreon are left.
Will join the battle now. Oh, it's Espeon. The white hot battle.
Steel Wing.
How's that? Great hit.
All right, good hit. 2 more of those, and Espeon will go down.
There's the attack. That didn't do much. A hot battle is unfolding. What now? Nailed the weak spot. Oh, it has no strength left.
Critical hit. I wasn't looking at it at the time, but critical hit, so Espeon goes down.
There's only one Pokemon left to
Just
cover.
Umbreon to go.
is the last Pokemon. They're both hanging tough. What'll it do? Right, that's
All right, that's the ball game.
the last Pokemon goes down.
3-0 victory.
And there goes the battle.
And once again, I've swept the computer 4-0. 2 weeks in a row now. First 4-0 sweep on the season. Congratulations to the Nightmare. You'll remain in first place despite all the chaos today. And, whew, what a week it's been. I was very happy that my slashers were able to get a win the last time I get to control them, like, for sure, on the season. Depending on seeding and stuff, I might not get to be in charge of them again. So I was happy to win with the last time I was in charge. Yeah, great week, really. A lot of exciting matches. Most of them were close. And I'll be right back with our updated standings here in just a moment, everybody. So hang on just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. We've got this stuff taken care of. Just got to get something off the screen here. Don't care about that. Anyway, so here's where we are now. There's our standings. We got Nightmare After Christmas at 9-5. We've got the West Virginia Slashers at 8-7. We have My Little Ponyta at 7-7, and the Pokemon Power at 7-7. The point differential is the only thing making up the difference there. Ponyta lost their only match today by 3, so they fell from 3-0. The Power did win a match 1-0, but then lost 6-0 in a match, and that's why they're at -3. Houston Ho-Oh even creeping their way back into it here at the end. The Ho-Oh themselves only play one more game. So let me do the math here. They're 2.5 behind. So they will be the 5 seed, no matter what. They have clinched the 5 seed, even if they win out. Because the best they could do now would be 6-10. So the Ho-Oh will be the 5 seed. So they had their last match of the season where I will be in control because they'll be the lowest seed the rest of the way. After today's 4-0 sweep, I'm now 24-12 against the computer. 7-0 the last 2 weeks, so building that record back up. I like to see that. The Slashers, let's look at the rest of the standings here. The Slashers have 1 game left. So they're either going to be 8-8 or 9-7. So unless Nightmare After Christmas blows both games and loses their point differential by 6, Nightmare After Christmas should be the 1 seed. At the very least, they'll keep themselves ahead of the Slashers. Ponyta and Power would need to win both of their games in their doubleheaders, which they play each other, I believe, at some point. Yep. So one of them would have to go 2-0 while also having Nightmare go 0-2 in order to get the first. And then again, point differential comes into play. So anyone 1 through 4 could be in first place by the end of next week, depending on what happens. My money is it'll be Nightmare After Christmas. He'll go 1-1 or go 0-2, but hang on to the point differential. But that shows how close everything is. The real interesting race will be out of 2, 3, 4 here. Who ends up as that 4 seed having to play the 5 seed and have to win an extra game to win the title? Not saying the 5 seed can't pull the upset, but just saying, if you were one of those that was only going, well, there were only 4 teams that were super competitive, which one of them is going to be the team that has to win the extra game to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, assuming they would beat 5? So that in itself will be interesting. That'll make the 3 seed something to play for, even if the computer is controlling the 3 seed. 1 and 2 obviously being the most desirable, because that would at least give me control of the teams for the first round. And then, of course, the highest seed in the championship would get the advantage at that point. But very close in the standings right now. Let's get down to some stats here. For the Pokemon Power, Tyranitar has played in every game to date. One of only 2 Pokemon that have played in every match so far this season. 14-12, pretty decent. Moltres 10-8, pretty good. Venusaur and Kadabra have been serviceable. Blastoise has been good. Electabuzz's KO feint ratio doesn't look great, but a lot of times Electabuzz whittles an opponent down and then gets beat, and someone else cleans it up. Today, Electabuzz just bad luck. It got paralyzed in both games. I think it even got hit by a critical hit at one point, so just bad luck. Ursaring actually not doing too bad last couple weeks, despite its ratio being 3-4. Slashers, Lantern actually did its job today. I've been disappointed in Lantern all season, and it finally did what I expected it to do today. Quillfish doing all right. Dodrio came up big. Sneasel, if I would have been in control of that game, I think would have done better than it did, but it did okay. Mischievous, when it does appear, does a good job. Scyther's done a great job. Ampharos did a good job today. Steelix has been a good defensive pivot. Diglett continues to roll, 8-5 ratio for Fissure Diglett. Crobat, despite the 1-3, has been very good. Did a lot of work on the Golem today. And it actually did a decent job against the Tyranitar when the computer was controlling it. Starmie doing a great job, 4-1 ratio in the 3 matches it's played. It won't play in every match just because I do have other water types like Lantern and Quillfish, but it's been good when it's been called upon. So, yeah, I like my team top to bottom here. I think it's about as good as I'm going to get myself to have a chance to win this thing. I don't think I'm the favorite, but I think that's as good as I'm going to get. And then I just got to hope for me picking the right Pokemon and them picking the wrong Pokemon. My Little Ponyta. I'm sorry, one more thing about my team. Lantern, the only one that's played double digits. Granted, a lot of that was early on in the season. My Little Ponyta, Haunter with 13 games played. 14-8 ratio is pretty darn good. I think that might be the best or second best ratio. Okay, if you're going by mathematics, it's the second best ratio of any of the Pokemon that have played double digits. So that's pretty darn good. Jinx has had a good season. It did not do that great today, but it's been good this season. Staryu actually, last season's MVP, actually has a losing record, so to say, as far as the KO feint. I should have said statistics, not record, but you know what I mean. Golem's been okay. We haven't seen a whole lot of Dugong or Dragonair. That's still somewhat understandable, though, because Dragonair gets locked into Outrage. Dugong is like for specific matchups. Like if someone else had the Dragonair, maybe they'd bring Dugong. Muck did pretty well. I know its ratio doesn't look great, but it did a pretty good job fighting Steelix today. Nightmare After Christmas. Tentacruel still leading the way. It's the only other Pokemon in the league that's played in every match for its team so far this season. 18-11. Snorlax is 12-10, isn't bad. Machamp at 12-6 technically has the best ratio, knockout feint ratio of all the double-digit Pokemon. So it really depends on how everyone's going to look at the MVP race for who you put at the top here. Tentacruel is leading the way for knockouts, though. At the end of the season, we always do knockout leader, games played leader, and MVP. So Tentacruel's in a tie for games played. It's definitely leading the knockout count right now. Be funny if it actually swept and took like all the awards home. Going on, and we also saw Alakazam for the first time today. Yay, Alakazam. It didn't do much, but it did play. Houston Ho-Oh, Bayleaf leading in games played with 12. Espeon didn't do a whole lot today, but still got the best ratio on the team. The Gen 1 lineup did a really good job against the Power, getting that sweep today. The Gen 2 team did not fare as well against Nightmare After Christmas. But yeah, I think all these teams are competitive enough. I mean, again, we saw today the Ho-Oh, despite being the last place team, got a sweep. So anything can happen in this league, which is part of why I want all 5 in the playoffs. Because, yeah, it's a long shot that the 5 seed's going to do anything. But all it takes is them getting lucky a couple times, and they're as good as anyone else. So that's what our playoff bracket looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, the 1 seed is still up for grabs. Again, depending on what happens, I believe. Yes. Technically, the Slashers could get it if Nightmare really just falls apart this week. I don't see that happening. Also, if Nightmare falls apart, that opens the door for either the Ponyta or the Power. So all 4 teams have a shot at seeds 1 through 4. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We do know the Ho-Oh will be the 5 seed, so I'll fill them in next week when we start filling in the bracket with everyone else. But yeah, if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that YouTube nonsense. We're coming down the final stretch. Next week is the last week of the regular season, and then playoffs begin, so it's going to be intense. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with the final week of the regular season for our Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League. All right, bye-bye.